Welcome back, guys. So this is again the example of shallow copy, but it has a little bit more steps than what we have learned in the shallow copy, because in interview people will ask you multiple combinations of that and they will try to know your knowledge, right? So they will tell you, okay, fine, you have two instance variable, okay, of primitive type, and one you have a reference variable, right? Then they will ask you, like, what will happen when you just perform the clone, right? What will happen when you just perform the clone? So basically, if you look at this, all three variables, one is reference type, two is instance variable, okay, and this is the class variable, which is nothing but reference type. So this all three is getting sliced by the constructor, by the default constructor, right? This all three will get sliced when you will make the object of these constructors. Now there is three getter and setter for to access these fields. We have getter and setter, and this all will generate Eclipse for you. You can do a right click. I have told you a number of times, go to the source and then you do to a string or constructor or getters and setters. So you don't need to write any code. You can just take help of the shortcuts, okay? So once you have everything done, and then I'm overriding the toString method. Why I'm overriding that? Because when you print the object, custom object, it will give you the address of the object. When you override the two strings, the value for the object will get printed. So you can see that the whatever you have in the double quote, it will get printed as it is, and whatever ij you are seeing that in the plus value, for that it will get printed, right? Now there is one more point. So this class is a big class, okay, it ends here, okay. You have a class, you have a fields, you have a main method. Now if you scroll down, I have created one more default class. So in Java this is allowed. In the same Java file, I can create one public and one default class. So wherever you have this kind of requirement where your class is very specific to your public class, like let's say this class, we call it as a bin class. Like I need one object, okay, I need one object which is very specific to my custom class. In that case, I can write this bin object in the same class by keeping the access is equal to default. I cannot make it as a public. When I will do as a public, the problem is I'll get a compile time. The reason is I'll get a compile time because I cannot make two public class in the same Java file, okay, but I can make a default. So when you make a default, this class you can access only in the same package. So you can access this class from outside this class also, but only in the same package, guys, okay, only in the same package. You cannot access from the other package, whereas your public class you can access from the any other package, okay, that's the difference. But yes, you can do that. So once your class finishes, wherever your class finishes, after that you can write class name, and this we call it as a bin class. The bin class is nothing but the object which will hold data for you. So this is my object. It has a two field. It has parameterized constructor. Through constructor this field will get initialized, and then there is a getter and setter, and then again toString method, because I need to print the data of this object. I don't want to print the object, I need to print data of the object. Now clear? That is the reason I am able to create the reference of this employee test here. Now what happens? Now we need to understand. This is a simple, it's not something which we are learning new now here. So again the hash set will take the object of your custom class. Okay, this is the original object, and you are adding one record. So now when you are adding the record, this object, you are adding the 2, 3, because your constructor has ij and then another object, okay. So you are adding that ij and then another object. So this again one more object, this will take comma new employee test, and this has a name and age. So test and 30. So one record you have added in your hash set. Clear? Now you are performing the clone operations. So when you are performing the clone operations on this, the return type of the clone method is the object, and it will throw class not supported exceptions. So if you go to the clone, it will give you class clone not supported exceptions, right? The catch will be clone not supported, and it will throw internal error in the catch block. So I'm casting back to my custom class because I need a data of type hash set which has custom object. I need a data of type hash set which has a custom object. So I need to cast, right? And you know that how to cast. In parenthesis you need to write the class name and the type of the class. So you got a cloned copy now. Now look at here. You perform these operations, original and cloned. Okay, one more thing. So wherever you wanted to understand whether it is a shallow copy or deep copy, the best learning is go and print the hash code. This will give you all the picture of what is happening in the memory. Okay, and yes, reference will be different. So when you perform equal operators on original and cloned, this will be different because the references are different, but your object address is same. The moment your object address is same, if you'll do any modifications with the clone, it will impact your original one. So focus here, look at here, you did a cloned copy. Okay, in beginning the data was same because you perform the cloned operations here, then look at the hash code is same. The moment the hash code is same, which means both objects are same, which means your cloned object is pointing to original object, it is pointing to the same object. When it is pointing to the same object in the memory, whatever you will do changes here, it will impact clone, and whatever you will do by clone, it will impact the original one because it is the same object, right? And what is this false? Equal operator will check for the reference. So when it will check for the reference, your output will be false. Now the concept is very clear. We are running a for each loop on the cloned object, and when we are running a for each loop, what we have, when we run a for each loop, so we will get the record from the hash set one by one. And what record we have added? We have added custom type. Now we will get record like this, from this record we have ing, and then what we have something called get employee also, right? We have a get employee also, because if you go to this custom object, what you have ing, and then you have an employee. So employee, I'm calling that get employee. Get employee means I will get the object of the employee so that I can perform the actions on this employee object. So once I'll get the object of the employee, I can do get name or set name. It's up to me what I can do that, right? So go back. So I did a get employee, and if you actually go and store this into a variable, you know the type of this data will be this, the type will be the employee test. So once you have the employee test, which is nothing but the class, so once you got the object of the class, right, you can make this setter call, right? Usually you can make a set call because you have a set name, set age. So once you have that control, you can set the name. That's what I'm trying to do. That I'll remove this line, this is not required. So I'm getting the name which will give me the object, and then I'm setting the name is equal to clone, and I'm setting the age is equal to 300. This is on the cloned one. Okay, and then I'm printing both the object. Then again on the original one, I'm changing the ij to 200 300, and on the original I'm changing the name is equal to original and age is equal to 3000, and then I'm printing both the object. So what will happen here, okay, so look at here, till here we were clear, right? We have seen that. Now what happened is, when you modified the cloned one, you can see that your original one also got modified. So in the cloned, what you modified, ij 2030 got modified in the both, and then name you have changed to clone, both became clone, and is 300. So both got modified. And when you did changes with the original object, so when you did changes with the original object, what happened is, you changed ij to 200 300. So now from 2030 it became 200 300, and then name became original and age became 3000, right? What you have here. So you can see that your cloned and original both object is getting modified. So this also people will ask you in the interview, like what happens when you have a instance variable and reference variable, and what copy you will get, right? When you do a clone on the hasset object, what copy you will get? You say that you will get a shallow copy, and that's how it will work. Okay, that's how it will work. Your original will change the cloned, and clone will change the original, right? So with this I'll close the video, and next video I will tell you how we can make this as a deep copy. And guys, whatever you are learning now, the same is applicable for all the collections classes, your array list, your linked list, your set classes, hash set, linked hash set, right? You can give a try in by making the object of different class. The concept remains same. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this.